Episode 23. Here we are. I feel like I've been opening all of these the same. Whatever. Episode 23. Let's do it. I just walked out in my living room because I had no idea what to record this on. And I just asked Jordan what I should do. Asked him what he's been thinking about. And, it was a good answer. It made me feel good. He's a good friend. I know he's a good friend. And his whole answer just made me feel better. And his answer was manifesting good things for your friends. I think this is something that you can only get with time. You can only get as shitty people come into your life. You're not going to like everyone that you come across. You're not going to like every single person that you even become close with. You're going to become close with people that you might never talk to after that 1 year that you're close with them. And I've touched on it before, but sometimes you meet people and they just don't end up being the people you thought they were. But I think everyone that has experienced this can kind of agree and say that you almost felt it the entire time. You might have stayed in something too long and you really, really wanted it to work. I actually was listening to Andy Frisella's podcast, and it's called Real AF, I believe. And he was doing a Q&A, and he had this one topic where it was something about relationships. It was about how do you dial in your bullshit meter was pretty much what it was. And this one, it made sense because it's something that I've been going through. I've been seeing people go through recently. And he said something that's like the cliche quote of, you don't miss your ex, you miss the idea of them. I think a lot of people have heard that. And I think that is true in a lot of cases. Obviously not every single case. But whenever he was talking about a relationship, he said this quote, and I'm going to roughly quote it. But he said, whenever you meet somebody and you decide what the future is going to look like, you fall in love with the potential of what that person could be, but you can't change them. As time progresses, you might learn who they actually are, and that potential will never actually happen, and it sucks. You fall in love with the potential of something to be great. But whenever it comes to manifesting your friends doing great things, it only stems from seeing more things just in life in general. You go through life and you struggle. You go through life, you meet people that you don't like. You make some friendships in unlikely scenarios. And I think as my core group has gotten smaller and smaller, and I think in college that's a thing that happens to most people. In college, you get here and you think about meeting people. You want to meet so many people, and that inevitably happens whenever you meet a lot of people, and then you have a big friend group. You don't know any of them that well, but you have a big friend group, so you can hang out with these people, those people, but you're not really that close with anyone. My case, I was close with 3-4 people, and I should have known that those would have been my friends long term. I'm still friends with everyone else. We still talk from time to time, but the core group was always the people who I reached out to, more so the people who reached out to me. And I think that's a good thing to focus on, is who's reaching out to you? Who's going out of their way to ask you if you want to hang out? Are you the only one making the effort? Are you the only one putting yourself out there to try and hang out with your friends? If I was just trying to hang out with my friends and they never hit me up, it would be tough. It makes it harder to care. And maybe they don't actually enjoy hanging out with you. That's a real thing to consider. So whenever you're in college, you have this big friend group and it narrows down. I'm not in college anymore, but all my friends are seniors. And we just have a crew of like a smaller group now. And me specifically, out of that whole group, I'd say there's like 3 of them that I'm still good friends with. 4, 5, maybe. And that's okay. But these are the ones you want to see succeed. Nothing might have happened with the other friends before. Nothing might have drastically changed anything. It's just things fade. People fade. And those people that stay around, you want to see them win so bad. But you also want to see other people win. I don't know a ton of people, but I have a pretty big network. And on top of that network, you have the second tier of your network. You know people who know people. You might see somebody from a distance on social media and see what they're doing. They're killing it. You want to see them win. I have people like that I don't know well. Maybe I've met them once or twice, but I know they're a good person, so I want to see them win. When they post that they're doing this crazy editing gig, it's awesome. I want to see that. Everyone wins if you win. You win if everyone else wins. You don't want to be the only successful photographer out there. Then people are probably going to get jealous. And that leads me into the next topic, is jealousy. If you get jealous from somebody else succeeding, boy, you're going to have a tough life. You have to realize that when somebody else is winning, they're going to be feeling good and they're going to want to help you win. Whenever you see people that are like super cutthroat and don't want to actually help anyone, they're going to get weeded out pretty dang fast. They're going to just kind of fall through the cracks and everyone's going to be like, what happened to that person? They were selfish. Oh, can't believe that. Everyone can read the bullshit. That bullshit meter comes up. You might have a seasoned one where you've went through a lot and you've had a lot of people screw you over, but you also might not. You might not have seen much and you'll get screwed over once or twice. And I'm sure there will be a time where I'm going through life thinking something's great and just get completely screwed. Things happen, but you got to keep your head up. You got to keep pushing through. And you got to just keep going. I always post about that. It's actually what my favorite artist always talks about, Mike. He used to be known as Mike Stud. He's my favorite artist, and his whole message is keep going. Don't stop, and just keep pushing and keep doing what you're doing, especially if you enjoy it. But jealousy is a weird thing. Whenever you get jealous, you want to see other people lose. Whenever you get jealous, you might think that you should have gotten something instead of somebody else. Maybe one of your friends will tell you that they got this really cool opportunity with the intention of you just being like, wow, like, dude, you deserve that. But in the back of your mind, you're sitting here, you're like, why didn't I get that? I'm sitting here, I'm struggling. Why didn't I get that? Why'd they get this instead of me? You can't think like that. That person has a different network than you. That person's doing different things on an everyday basis. And I'm not huge on like the whole manifestation thing, but the reason I think about this is that this is how Jordan mentioned it to me, and I know he's not super big on it either, but it is a topic that people talk about a lot. And whatever you just like speak it into existence, it's a real thing. If you're telling people that you want to do something, I don't think necessarily that you saying you want to do it is just going to make it happen. I think it's you saying it to somebody makes you subconsciously think about it more. If you tell somebody that you're going to do something, then subconsciously you're going to hold yourself more accountable because you don't want to disappoint that person. You don't want to make yourself look bad and make it seem like you don't actually follow through with what you say you're going to do. That's something that I found works really well for me, is if I tell somebody I'm going to do something, I'm actually going to do it, because there's some things that I have internally that I really, really want to do, but I won't act on it until I actually say to somebody, yeah, I'm going to do this. Because now I know it's not just me that I'm disappointing. It's the people who are going to support me that I'm disappointing. And whenever you have like that small amount of viewership, there's still people watching. The fact that I post these, they don't get many views, but I don't know who exactly is watching them. I know a couple people that are watching them, but if one gets 15 views, I don't know who 10 of those people are. So behind the scenes, maybe those people look forward to my videos. Who knows? Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm delusional in thinking this, but I think that's a real thing to consider. You might not be killing it, but there's somebody out there that cares about what you're doing. And if you stop, you're kind of going to look bad. If you shift to something different and kind of keep it on the same track, but shift because you think it might work better, that's okay. And I just don't think it's okay to quit something. I don't think it's okay to start something, do it for a couple weeks, and then stop. Nothing's going to pick up like that. The biggest podcasts in the world, the biggest shows in the world, biggest YouTube channels in the world, they've been around for a long time. You know, I think Joe Rogan's up to like 1,800 episodes. He wasn't popular for, I don't know, the first 1,200? I don't know that for sure, but I didn't know who it was until around then. I didn't listen to an episode until around then. He stops at 300, so many less people know about him. There's a lot of podcasts that are at 300. Who knows how much longer they'll last? I think that's the cool thing about how he posts so consistently. And he talks about this topic a lot with wanting to see his friends succeed. When he's a comedian, and whenever his friends have specials come out, he has them on the show and exposes his friends to his powerful reach. And that's cool. It's cool to see successful people doing that same thing. If you don't want to actually see other people win, you probably won't win yourself. And granted, you probably won't enjoy winning as much yourself either. There's something sweet about winning and then having somebody to talk to about it. Telling somebody something that you accomplished and then them telling you something that they accomplished. That's a great feeling. I love that feeling. I love being able to tell people it's possible. You know, kid from my high school DM'd me today, and he was asking me what camera he should buy. And I think that's cool. I like helping people like that. If he ends up actually getting into photography and succeeding, that'd be sick to work with him one day, you know? But I think you gotta help people. You gotta let these people reach out to you. You gotta respond to them. You gotta be an open book, because everyone will win. You can't just get jealous about these people succeeding, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of work out there. There's a lot of companies out there that need videos. There's a lot of projects that you'll be able to bring one another on for. Imagine if I got jealous by all of my different mentors that have helped me, all the different people that have helped me. I got jealous and thought that I was better than them. I would not be where I am. There's no chance. Zero chance. They would have cut me off, and I would have gotten like blacklisted, because I silently blacklisted because everyone said that I was just a scumbag. But yeah, you have to want to see other people succeed. You have to want to see other people thrive. It will just rub off on you as you see people work harder, as you see people catching these different breaks. You'll be like, dang, I'm next. I got this. And it'll make you keep going. At the same time, I think keeping your foot on the gas and being competitive is okay. Being competitive is something that I think people look down upon sometimes now. And I hate that. You know, I grew up playing sports my entire life, and I'm a competitive person. I'm not a super in-your-face person. I'm not going to like yell at you or anything. But, you know, if we're playing basketball one-on-one, I'm going to try and beat you. You know, we're playing video games, I'm going to try and beat you. I'm not just going to let you go. I literally play card games with my family, and it ends in just like screaming because I'm mad. And if we literally play word games sometimes, and I'm looking up all their words because I'm like, no way that's a word. And I don't know. It's just, I'm competitive. I can't help it, you know? But I think it's okay to be competitive, because that'll get your drive going. That'll get you to consistently keep working hard. And that is really powerful. Whatever makes you want to wake up every day, do it. Just do it, you know? Just keep going and keep doing what you actually want to do. And if the reason you want to do it is to beat other people, then screw it. Just do it. I don't care. You should make some good friends along the way, and I think inevitably you'll find people that are like you, and that will work. Maybe try and find different people in different industries, so you're not necessarily competing directly against each other. So it might make it a little bit easier to understand and want them to win. But just find those successful, like-minded people. if you're crazy, there's somebody crazier than you. As wild as that sounds, it's facts. And I think I work hard, and then I meet some people and I'm like, God damn, I do nothing compared to these people. But I still work hard, but dang, some people work their absolute butt off. You should want other people to succeed. You should want other people to win, want other people's businesses to win, because at the end of the day, they're your friends. Support them. So I appreciate you guys listening. I'm going to keep on putting these out. So I hope you guys enjoy them. I hope you just share them. Share them once in a while if you don't mind. If you enjoy one of the episodes, if you enjoyed this episode, send it to a friend that you want to win. I hate saying this. I hate just being like, oh, like, subscribe. Oh, send this to somebody. But, nobody's really watching this, so I want people to watch. I think I'm spreading a good message. I appreciate you guys. I'm done with my whole little sales pitch at the end that actually sucked, but thank you. Peace out.